Rare situation here.
Yeah, but I feel like you better be prepared to solo a lot. I'm not sure he's anywhere around, but we'll see.
We are usually the next guest comes on before we play.
Yeah, usually he's standing here when we. Well, should we just do it and see what happens?
Well, no. I think we could do Where's Mark?
I will do Where's Mark?
Where's Sheppard? Where's Sheppard?
I don't know.
Where's Sheppard?
Bobby, I'll be honest. I don't know.
He was here just a minute ago.
Well, he went somewhere and is out on the show. I don't know what's going on, man. Where's Sheppard?
I don't know.
What, you got kidnapped by rambunctious hippies who are still on drugs?
Not quite. I complimented. That wasn't my choice.
Drugstore now being sold at market based prices in some sort of warehouse. We don't know what's going to happen. He's going to wind up in somebody's home. They're going to unroll it, and there is Mark Sheppard on the floor. Oh my God, we can't take it no more. Where's Sheppard?
I don't know. Where's Sheppard? I don't know.
Oh, what if he sold out? He's so damn hungry. He went to get us food somewhere else. He went to get a steak or a pie or maybe a ice cold non-alcoholic beer. You don't know. I mean, the guy's got needs. The guy's got wants. For all we know, he's out there flaunting his wares to the people in the merch room, selling his soul, selling his follicles of hair on his head. I don't know.
I don't know. Where's Sheppard? I don't know.
Tell you what, I'll go research backstage to see what I can see. Well, there's 3 things right here. I'll start with that. This says no. She shrugs. She doesn't even know what Mark is. There's Christian Snuggie. He don't need no help. All he does is take pictures. He doesn't even take a Mark Sheppard. That's not his department. Hey, look at this. Goldfish. We're gonna have a few. These are delicious. Oh, I know. So crunchy. So great. Hold on. I'll bring some goldfish for the band to snack on while we wait for Sheppard to go up for his band.
That's pretty great because we didn't have lunch. That's right, we didn't have lunch.
Even when Mark was absent, we snack.
You know, Rich, I'm kind of getting worried about where Mark might be.
Don't worry, I found the goldfish. They're right there. There's the goldfish.
They're right here.
So tasty and crunchy, and I actually have dinner before lunch. I mean, I don't want to make it a whole meal, but quick punch to punch into the gap we got to fill right now. We're waiting for Mark. Would you boys like a goldfish?
Yes, they would.
No goldfish. Oh, Norton's got a mint. That would be gross. Good point, Steven. Billy's playing with one hand. Hold on.
You know, Rich, this is the grossest thing you've ever done. Here's the announcement. Oh, there he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Sheppard. Mark Sheppard,
Thank you, guys.
We were concerned by your absence.
First of all, I would like to thank you. It's been a lot of fun the last few years. Managed to put something together that I think has been very special. And I appreciate every moment of it. You guys have been fantastic. Loud and Swain have been probably the anchor, the linchpin of what goes on in these shows, and without that, I think we would have evolved into a very different type of convention. And I think the pivot from that is that the show has grown and grown and grown and grown, and it's been so much fun to watch and listen and participate in. So I want to thank you guys so much for everything you've done for me.
Thank you for everything you've done for us. Absolutely. Supporting the band.
Absolutely, and it's onwards and upwards, and things will evolve and do, and it's fun to listen to new records and see what you guys are going to do next, and the projects that you guys have.
Well, we can't wait to watch you continue your greatness.
Absolutely. I'll bump into you in the odd place. You never know what will happen, but thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Appreciate it, guys.
San Francisco, Mark Sheppard.
Except for Spain. They keep leaving their stuff here. They're amazed I just don't go through it all. Billy have up here now. No drinks. Oh, a brown box. What the hell's a brown box?
It's
kind of fun.
Box that's brown.
Hey, how you doing, guys? My wife and kid are sick. Poor little things. And poor tall thing. But they're okay. I've managed to avoid them. So, it's not a maudlin thing. Thank you so much for the signs. The signs mean a lot to me. Any of you who are new to this have no idea what that means. You've probably seen it on the shirt and stuff. If any of you are new, it's a line that I took great exception to having cut out of my finale episode. And it means a lot to me. But it's a fun thing to remind me that when there's things like change and stuff that ends, that there's new beginnings and new things to do. It's not a maudlin thing. I think I need to say some stuff. It's kind of important. There's been a lot of speculation on the internet, a lot of negative speculation on the internet, how things happen. Because people always love to know what the causes are of things and what it is. And the easiest way to explain this to you is that in actuality, in absolute fact, the character of Crowley ran its course. We got to a point where there really wasn't anywhere to go with it. As much as you liked, there needed to be a change. You know, we've had seasons 1 to 5 were a really well-written arc, and the show's supposed to end in season 5. And then, Sarah had to come in and start season 6, and everyone was like, there's no way it can be done. And changes were made, and 6 has some of the best, it has French Mistake, and it has some amazing stuff. There's some of my best episodes in there as well. And it was funny to be at the end of 5, because the end of 5 was so, I had so much fun with the character on a show that was theoretically ending. You know what I mean? It was really funny. So it was a fun place to be, and I took a guest star shot, but all that was a guest star shot. It was never supposed to be anything else. And I ran it 8 years. That's a long time. And I ran it 8 years. This is not BS. I ran it 8 years because of you. Because you guys liked it, and you latched onto it, and it became something that was popular in its own way. And thank you. So the thing is, we had that season 6 turnaround, and then I don't know that 7 was timely for itself, which I think is a shame, because it's a really good idea. But I think 7 would have worked as 12. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a weird thing. There are times when certain changes work and some don't. And 7 wasn't great. And then when Jeremy came back into 8, it went back to Angels and Demons, and it was this whole new kick-off again. And then season 8 was amazing, I thought. Season 9 was really amazing, and 10 was amazing. But I started to have less and less to do. It's hard to be an all-powerful being in a show that's either not being killed at some point, or, it just makes it very difficult. And, I don't think there's enough room in a season 13 for lots of extras, and it would have been, flying me in to do 3 or 4 episodes of no real consequence. I don't think it was a great way to go. There's some difficulty with the end of the season for me, but I'm very proud to have been part of it, and very happy to have been part of it. So please stop playing the animosity game. We're trying to find blame to it. It is what it is. It'll be what it is. you know, I made a very conscious decision that if I was going to be taken out, I wouldn't come back. But you know, it was a mutual agreement. That's the way it went. It wasn't my option. It was their option. I don't get to decide when my option was picked up. They did, and it was one of those things. And we move on from that. So please don't take anything negative from that. And remember that TNT and whatever network stations will be playing my ugly face on the show for the next 25 to 30 years. And good luck to everybody. It's fun to see it succeed. I want to see the Wayward team do well. I want to see my friends do well. It's actually something I enjoy. It's an odd thing, and you know, my situation with creation, it's time for me to go do something else. They've been very kind to me. I think I've been an asset to them to this point. I think I'm very proud of what, as a group, all of us have managed to try to create with creation's help. I mean, you've got to remember, they have to say yes and sign off on things. It's them putting their money out to see whether we can get a stage show. We started out with a vocal PA that used to be around the room like that, and none of this stuff. And you know, we didn't have the equipment that we have, and the amazing sound man that we have, Matt, and the crew that we have that have done all this. And I'm proud to watch the growth in that, and it's fantastic. And all of that is great. It sounds so maudlin. It's not. I'll just be doing other shows. I'll be going to other conventions, doing other things. And you never know. One day, Creation and I might get back together sometime in the future, and we may do something later on. But next year, I will be away from that fold, and I'll be thinking about all of you, because there's a lot of you here that I know. Some of you I don't, because you're new. If you're new here, enjoy. This is the most maudlin I've ever been in a guest talk. I'm usually abusing people. I got a bit of a shock the other day. I had some true arsehole fans that really surprised me, that just decided that they wanted to co-opt their political opinion and my political opinion and start saying that I'm mean and nasty to fans. It was just a weird thing for me to try to understand that. I hope you get it, is that my niche in these conventions was always as the king of hell, and it was you wanted. You know, everybody has their thing. You know, everybody has their thing, and then here my thing was being the king of hell and being mean and giving you guys a hard time. And anybody dressed as Misha will testify to the fact. Any Castiel costume was something that was fun for me to make fun of. You know, I'm making fun of a man that builds hospitals and schools, trust me. I'm painfully aware of the irony that is involved in that. And what's really funny to me is, if you look at all the photographs of me over the years that I've been on Supernatural, the fun ones are of myself and Misha, which is really fun. Mm-hmm. So every time we would go to San Diego Comic-Con, the photographs of us were always, that's sort of the most joyous moments that we've had. So I enjoy them all in that way. It's people I spent nearly a decade of my life with, so it's kind of a fun thing. So I'm going to take a little break from that. But yeah, so I got a bit upset. I got treated, I think, rather poorly with people co-opting what other people felt about what other people felt, which, if you can understand that sentence, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So if I offend you, you know, honestly, quite from the bottom of my heart, tough. Because I'm a performer and this is a show, and that's my job. I'm sorry. If you came here to be loved, I will occasionally love and squeeze you, but you know, I genuinely want to know why I walk around an audience. I'll tell you why I walk around an audience. It's going to be a really unfunny guest talk, I hate to tell you this. I walk around an audience because if I'm going to abuse you, I need to see in your face what is actually coming back at me, and whether I'm committing an atrocity or whether I'm actually. Because there's some, you know, I'm so proud of the Supernatural family in the context of your bravery. I mean, some of you are new here, but a lot of you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's those you don't have to have a mental illness to be a Supernatural fan, just warning you about it. But it kind of helps. It's one of those things that, you know, but there seems to be something about quote-unquote fandoms. I hate the word fan because it comes from fanatic, but I will use it because it means you'll understand what I'm saying. But in fandoms, there's a safety in it. There's a safety in numbers. There's a safety in sameness. There's a safety, as you know, as well as anybody. there's a safety and a camaraderie that goes just beyond I'm wearing the same uniform as you. It goes into the I'm able to wear the same uniform as you area of the psychology and the pathology of it. And I'm so proud of that. I think it's incredible that people wear their hearts on their sleeves. I think it's amazing. So while I'm making fun of you, apart from everyone in Castillo costume, there is just no reason to ever wear a Castillo costume under any circumstances. It is cruel and unusual punishment. If you dress your children in it, it is child abuse, as far as I'm concerned. And tough. And if you don't like that, good luck with that. Anyway, buy a nice suit, put a good tie on. That's what I say to you. 20 raincoats. So if I single you out, yeah. See, the thing is, that's the point. And I'll explain it to you one time. That's the point. If you weren't smiling right now and you were bursting into tears, I'd probably be a little concerned. I might feel a little guilty for 2 or 3 seconds. But there you go. So, I hope none of it was ever misconstrued. My bad behaviour is, of course, my own responsibility. But it's been a lot of fun doing that. So I hope to see you guys in your towns, in other guises and other places. And when I do finally decide to go back to doing what I like to do, beyond playing drums with Robin Hitchcock right now, I'm sure you'll all know about it. So stay in touch and do that. Hope you go out and buy my Christmas sweater, which is the ugliest thing I have ever seen in my life. And will obviously benefit the cause that you know is dear to my heart. It's been an amazing thing. The number one thing that I have to say to you guys is thank you. And it sounds so disingenuous, but you're an incredibly powerful force when motivated. The byproduct of coming together and being safe with each other and being bravely safe with each other is that you guys are very, very good at getting behind something and pushing it. And that's a rare thing in this day and age. People don't come together to help each other as much as they should. They come together to hurt each other quite often, but they don't come together to help each other. And I'm always in awe of the power and the ability for this fandom in particular, but in general fandoms, but this fandom in particular, to help those that don't have the ability necessarily to help themselves. For no other reason than it's a bloody cool thing to do.
Woo!
Not because Misha said so. Damn his eyes. I'll follow that.
I can do what I can do. Hey Mark, some of my favorite scenes in season 9 were actually between you and Tim Omen's.
Some.
All of them. All of them.
There you go, you get that. Good God, woman! Some of them. You're one of my favorite actors.
I'm sorry.
Start with
Tim just a little bit
superlatives.
more.
We need to go for superlatives. All right. So which ones were me and Tim?
I was just wondering which one was your favorite. If you had a favorite moment with Tim while filming his scenes.
I actually had a lot of fun with Tim. I did 24 with Tim. He actually played my henchman on 24. It was the first time that I worked with him, and it was. I like him lots. But I actually, my favourite thing is I'm not really in the scene. I'm in the back of the scene. But my favourite thing with Tim is watching him shucking corn and drinking beer while Jesse and Jensen were having an incredible fight that nearly took Jensen's eye out on the table. Ask him about almost losing his eye in that fight. I think it was so close. It was unbelievable. It was a great fight. But yeah, he has the best beard. That's some beard. Yeah, it was really cute. He's a very, very Norwegian sea captain. He's a good man.
Rich called him Elizabethan.
He's a little Elizabethan in that way. Does that mean effeminate? I'm not sure. He has a hell of a mustache and a beard, I'll tell you that.
Jealous?
Piercing eyes. Good guy,
Yes.
good actor, good man. What do you want?
So,
this is my first con, and
Somewhat.
no, it is
You want
for
a prize for that?
Okay, listen.
Because you guys are all too feeble to stand up to me, right?
I've loved you since Badger on Firefly.
So what's wrong with my earlier work? Jeez, what's wrong with my earlier work?
Okay, you know
Were you
what?
asleep before then? What's your problem?
A little bit. But I just have one question. It was on my photo op. Can I please be the queen of hell?
I don't care. You might have some arguments from Elena and Ruth and everybody else.
I already met her today. She gave me a big hug. I think I'm good.
She can't. Who? Ruth?
Yes, I jumped for her.
She can't give a big anything.
She's tiny.
Big love. That's about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Margaret. Highly doubt remember when you came to Sacramento for Sac Anime that one time.
I did. That was fun.
Oh, you liked it? Okay, good, because that makes me feel better. Okay.
They yeah, that wasn't Sacramento. I always remember as being the methamphetamine capital of California. Changed a lot. Downtown's really pretty. Park's really nice.
Oh, that's good.
Slightly less dope dealers than they used to be.
All right, well, my question is, I miss you as the king of hell, and what do you think of Asmodeus taking over your throne like that?
I have no idea.
You don't?
No.
Oh, he's not doing such a good job.
Oh, well. Take that up with him. Many are called, but few are chosen.
Bad
What's up?
preacher.
Hey.
Your voice is a little deep, madam. It does tell you that the ratio of women to men in this room is usually sort of like 7,000 to 1.
That's fair.
There's only about 1,500 women in there, so that's a really weird ratio. What do you want?
Okay. So, Sam and Dean have the Impala, and Cass has his...
Is this a test?
Psychology 101.
Okay.
If Crowley were to be chauffeured around in anything, what would it be and why?
Chauffeured. Bentley is a thing to be chauffeured. You actually, no, the difference is that you drive a Bentley. You're chauffeured in a Rolls Royce.
Oh.
Bentley is a driver's car when hill climbs. That's a content kid. Yeah, next question.
Hiya, Marky.
What are you dressed as?
I'm Dean and this is Cass.
Congratulations. What do you want?
I was wondering, you're my favorite actor, and I just got a guinea pig, and I was wondering if you could name her for me.
A guinea pig? Norman. You got two choices, either Norman or Gordon. Gordon the guinea pig.
What about
Norman
both?
the guinea pig. Norman Gordon? That would be weird. So. Right. You having a good day? Cool. And what have you done for me lately? Okay, cool. Next question.
Hi, I was wondering, what is your favorite part about playing Crowley on the show?
You know I'm dead, right?
Yes.
The resting, that's my favorite part. My favorite part about not playing Crowley on the show is that my neck is finally getting a break from doing that for hours and weeks and days. They're also bloody tall. You know, I was never a short actor until I was on this show. So if I just run straight out of there, maybe it's fine. Can't hear you because you don't have a microphone. It's probably a good thing. Next question.
I was wondering, do you have a most embarrassing convention moment?
Yeah,
Can you share
that
it?
question.
No. Can you please share it?
No.
Well,
No, I mean, you know, I've never pooped my pants while answering a question. What my most child abuse. So, my most embarrassing moment? No, me? I don't get embarrassed that easy. Why does Cass still have bagpipes on his back? Tell me, who the hell are you? Hey, look over here.
You did.
Next question.
Hi, Mark. My name is Lenny, and I was wondering, if you're a cat person or a dog person?
I'm a moose and squirrel person. Now what? Apparently I'm not a guinea pig person either. You've got better legs than me, Sheppard.
Thank you. Hello, my king. You've been on.
You can't dress like that and say that. Something vitally wrong. That is just not cool.
But there can only be one Crowley, so you can't do one. So my question has been on a lot of TV shows.
Sit down!
You've been on a lot of TV shows.
That's not a question. My question is, you've been on a lot of TV shows. It's not a question. After all these years, I'm going to finally bust this myth. One, you haven't been wondering. Two, 99% of what you say to me is not a bloody question. You're just trying to tell me how bloody clever you are. Three.
Okay. So you've been on Leverage, Doctor Who, White Collar, Monk. I was wondering, you've been on with all these different actors.
Keep going. Don't all of them.
You've been on like 60. That's a lot. I was wondering.
You just called me old? What did you say?
Oh, I called you talented.
What?
You're talented. That's why. You've been on a lot because you're very, very talented.
That's a good start. Let's see where we go.
I was wondering. Okay, I'm not gonna say that.
You know we can hear you, right?
I'm sorry, I'm nervous. I was wondering which one was your favorite set of actors to act with, your favorite set to be on, and all that stuff. Not paying attention.
Favorite set to be on?
Yeah, it's like your favorite set, your favorite group of actors that you got to work with.
You know what? I've been really lucky. I've been really, really, really lucky. Between Firefly cast and then, you know, the Battlestar cast and the Supernatural cast, I've had some really nice places to go to work. And you know what? It's not just the cast. You got to remember, we have like 150 people ancillary around us who we see every day of our lives, who are way more important than the tall, fluffy one that makes coffee noises. You know, we've got people that are 10 times more important than him. You know, if Robin wasn't there, well, our lives would all fall apart. Ask Jensen about that. Actually, ask Jared about that. Just say, what would life be like if Robin wasn't there? It would be completely worthless and impossible to do. So there are people there who take care of us and look after us in a way you cannot possibly imagine. They make it possible for us to do what we do. And, you know, when you're talking about a show that's been on for, you know, 12, 13 years, it's an incredible thing. Battlestar had the same vibe, people looking after each other, etc. I've been very, very lucky. A lot of people go to work, hate their jobs. I go to work, I like my jobs. Do you like your job? Yeah, enough. Time to change jobs. You think so? Yeah? He's on the fence about it? What's he do? Find out, what do you do? You work at the tech? As a tech, doing what? Research and development? Way to go! do stuff like that. I'm not smart enough. Yes, he is. Next question.
Hi, Mark. I just wanted to say, first off, that you're my mom's favorite actor.
Okay, that's number 3. You are somebody who's not here likes a lot.
No, but she was gutted that she couldn't be here. She tried to get time off, but she couldn't. So
She didn't try hard enough.
She's living through me, so she's gonna be watching from Arizona.
You could have given her your ticket.
Huh?
You could have done what she needed
She
to do
couldn't
for
take
her.
time off.
Well, you could have done her job for her.
I wish.
What kind of kid are you?
I would.
What's the point of having children if you can't make them do stuff? Seriously.
But my question was, what's your most memorable experience with a fan at one of these?
With a fan? Memorable experience?
Yeah.
Memorable?
Yeah, like
That could
something
mean anything.
something that touched you, like something that,
Something that touched you?
that kind of touch.
Don't touch people. It's not a good thing, especially in this climate. Fans. See, that's the thing. People never stop amazing me, and it sounds so corny, but it's like it's overwhelming. I start thinking, and there's hundreds of things. There's hundreds of little things, from making gifts for my daughter or my wife, for making signs for people. I was at a convention and people held up signs and there was things that I'd said on the show. It was like 70 or 80 signs, but some of the quotes I couldn't even remember. And I was like, oh yeah, that was really cool. I remember what that was. And I can remember the location and the setting and what it was. And just sometimes how difficult it was to say some of the things that were written on those signs. But it's the kindness. It's the kindness and the compassion. The thing that gets me every single time is I'm sober, right? Easy way to explain this. I'm sober 28 years, okay? I'm being sober 28 years. That in and of itself is an achievement, but I don't think that's applaudable in that way. If I make it 28 years and a day, it's a good thing. But just today, I'm sober today. And the point is, being sober today, there was always a question of trying to work out the existence or the non-existence of God. And the idea that we are either doing things by oneself or are we part of something that's bigger or greater than what we are. And that's a thing that, as a kid, I considered, as an adult I considered. I'm not a big fan of organized religion, that's just the way that I am. I don't knock organized religion in that context. There's a lot of people that hide in organized religion and are not in the slightest bit of God, as far as I'm concerned. But it's a very intensely personal thing. That journey is an intensely personal thing to try to work out what one's existence is and where we fit or where we plug in to the universe or our fellow man or any of those questions. And I think it's a human condition, it's a human question that we've been asking ourselves, since we could first think, I imagine. Now, being a sober person, I had to start thinking of a power greater than alcohol. When I thought of a power greater than alcohol, I remember there was a famous story about a guy who said, there was a window that said, God is love, in a church in Brentwood in LA. And he hated that Judeo-Christian crap. And a friend of his, Chuck C., who was Richard Chamberlain's dad, Charles Chamberlain, said, why don't you turn it round? And he turned it round to God, instead of God is love is God. So the proof existence of a power greater than myself is love. And I was like, yeah, that's all very nice and buzzwordy and cool and hippie-ish and all the rest of that crap. But I'm a cynic at heart, And so I went a little further with it. And in my journey, in my exploration of that, looking for that answer, I don't think I found the answer, but the thing that brings me the most comfort is the idea, the proof positive that there is a power greater than myself is the actions taken in loving service towards fellow human beings. When I see people being of loving service to other people, I believe there is a power greater than myself at work. I believe there is, when I see selfless actions, when I see people literally help other people, it floors me because it's proof absolute of something bigger than all the shit we have to deal with as human beings. And to me, that's perfection. That's just my opinion. If yours is different, please don't worry about it. And remember, I don't care. But the truth, that to me is very much a truth. So to answer the question, that is what surprises me, humbles me, and moves me more than anything else, is when I see what I would choose to call the existence of God in action, which is, to me, good orderly direction, whatever you want to do it. Actions taken in loving service, whatever you want to being and not being, whatever you want to believe in is fine by me. For me, it's when I see people reaching their hand out and helping people who can't help themselves, or just need a second, just need a moment to not have to be themselves for a second, or not to be alone for a second. And I think it's a very, very powerful thing. And those are the things that humble me and have probably kept me sober for 28 years, if that's the case. So that's the answer to your question.
Thank you so much. We love you.
I know you're focusing on your music more now.
Not necessarily.
Okay, that's
well, I have to while I'm playing.
leads into my question. Is there a project that is currently ongoing that you would like to be a part of, or is there a project that you would like to start based on perhaps a work of literature that you would like to see come to fruition as a television show, or?
I hate to do this to you. It's a great question. It really is a great question, but I will never answer that question because, like, when I got Doctor Who, and they called me and they asked me if I wanted to do Doctor Who, I was like, I think I might, I was actually at a Chicago convention, and I had a ticket in my pocket, literally had a ticket, it was a while ago, had a ticket in my pocket to go, and people were like, is there any show you'd really like to do? And you can't bust it, because joining something or making something can alter the course of the story, it can change the way people feel about something. And I don't think it's particularly fair. When it gets announced, it gets announced. But I'm the type of character, I tend to be the type of character that comes in and changes something or molds something or whatever. I'm very lucky that way. People over the years, and I'm very proud of those that I've picked for people. But no, you don't send the same book to people. Look how clever I am, that's what it's saying.
No,
it is.
The one where you've given...
I answered the question. Answer the question. I'm with you. Vela set owner's manual for a 500 single.
What was your least favorite part about playing Crowley?
The questions. And people dressed as Castiel.
Hi, Mark. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank you for all the wonderful characters you've brought us over the years.
Thank you.
But for, in my opinion, bringing us the greatest character, Crowley. And I really look forward, I love having you on Crowley for the past 8 years, and I really look forward to all the things that you're going to bring us in the future. Thanks for being part of the SPN.
Thank you. Beautiful. Very kind.
What is your favorite and least favorite memory of Misha?
Oh, I don't know.
It's probably the same. I have many, 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 many favorite moments with Misha. I think lifting up my toilet seat in my trailer and his face still being there after they'd done what they did to my trailer and being able to urinate with a smile on my face is one of my favorite moments. There's no bad stuff. That's the funny thing. There's no negatives. But thank you.
Thank you.
Listen, I'm going to say one last thing. One last time. Hey, you. Good question. We do what we do on our own is my idea of heaven. Picking on people dressed as Castiel is my idea of heaven. It's a wonderful thing. That's really what heaven is. A whole bunch of people you can pick on dressed as Castiel. That's what heaven is. But we make our TV amongst ourselves, and we do our best, and there's hundreds of people, close friends, that we try to do this incredible thing, and we put it together, and then other people work on it, and hundreds of other people work on it, and they put it together, and they send it out there on that little boat of love, and hope that you like it. And we come to places like this, I think, extensively, to participate in the circle of that. So where we used to come from a live audience, when you're making music, we can hear an audience gasp, clap, shout, scream, throw vegetables, do whatever they do. That's an instant interaction. With television, we don't get that. But when we come to a convention, when we come to a place like this and we see you guys, that completes that circle. You are our audience. And it's a privilege and an honor to be with you. I want to thank Creation Entertainment for the ride. It's been a great ride. I want to thank, obviously, the band, my fellow actors. It's been extraordinary. And we'll do it again sometime. Hope to see you all soon. I love you all. Thank you.
Sheppard, everybody!